Hello everybody, thank you so much for checking out the video. I'm so sorry it's a little later than normal. I'm about a week behind, but there'll be another episode posted tomorrow of the weekly reset. It'll be the exact same as this one where it's a live stream going on, and then that live stream is trimmed down to a more agreeable format on YouTube. So if you really like the video and want to interact with me as I'm playing, check out the Twitch. The link will be down in the description below. I really hope you like it. So let's get started. Welcome to the stream. Just to kind of go over, this is still kind of practicing with that same idea, seeing how well things would go if I just stream Destiny on a weekly basis and do the weekly story mission that week. Now I'm a little late. Typically Destiny resets on Tuesdays, and I'm doing this, here I go bird watching again. Well, glad to have you here. Reason why I'm a little late is because holidays have been kicking my butt, and I'm kind of fighting a sickness after that, so just kind of getting back up to myself again. Got some good things planned in store, so keep an eye out on other things in the future. Now, as we continue to go through, let's go ahead and see if we can't hit back in where we last left off. So we need to head on over to the helm and get started on the weekly mission from here. I'm interested to see where it goes after everything that's happened with Rasputin.
Welcome, Guardian. I have completed my assessment of my current functioning capabilities. Despite my newfound ability to communicate with you, key elements of my code remain incomplete. I would be unable to take command of the warsats, even if I were uploaded to the network. No submine cores remain for reintegration. Our only option is to continue collating ancillary submine data for my reconstruction algorithm. In summary, we must stay the course, breach the vaults, retrieve and reintegrate the submine data. Soon, the warsats will once again be humanity's to wield.
Rasputin has informed you that key elements of his code remain missing or incomplete. Without them, he cannot take control of the warsats. In order to continue his restoration process, he needs you to continue reintegrating submine data into the engram and delivering it to him at the helm. We must stay the course, he summarizes. Despite the lack of additional submine cores, Rasputin is confident that the warsat will soon belong to humanity once again. Rasputin's eyes flicker as the server blades through the room whir in computation. Clovis previously granted you access to Braytech covert operations equipment, which he attempted to revoke before being once again confined to Europa. He was unsuccessful. The exoframe nods to itself. Furthermore, I have partially bypassed his authorization protocols, allowing to utilize more of his arsenal. Rasputin tilts his head towards you. In time, I will bring down his final firewall. For now, add another instrument to your repertoire. Allows the bypassing of traps and reduces damage taken from traps and laser barriers in heist battlegrounds and in the mission Operation Seraph Shield. Allows interaction with the terminals to open locked doors in heist battlegrounds. Yeah, no, we need, I want that security clearance. Got another red border Ikilos. I really want to get that SMG and that shotgun, but there's a ton of weapons this season that I really want to craft. So, now what's next on our list? Speak to Osiris at the holoprojector in the helm.
The war mind speaks. His archives are incomplete, as is his memory. There's a figment seated in that recollecting mind, where my visions might find purchase. The pieces are scattered on the floor before me. I see them like points of starlight. They form a constellation, but my eye cannot yet draw the lines. Nephele Stronghold is a term that appears multiple times throughout the submine's caches. Each time I read it, I hear it whispered in Savathun's voice. Anna recognizes the term Nephele, transcribed from a temporal disturbance on Mars. Recognition was all she had to offer. But Rasputin must know. Asking the right question could unlock everything. I need time to submit my inquiries to Rasputin. To find convincing proof for Ikora. Time we do not have. Zivo Arath's assault on the Warminds network is no coincidence. She is far more tactician than brute. I underestimated her once. I won't be afforded another mistake. Our next move must be certain.
Guardian, I worry for Anna. She is more like Clovis than she would like to admit. Obsessed with doing what she's decided is right. A compulsion to achieve her goal no matter the cost. I've seen where that path can lead. I don't want that for her. I don't want to have to stop her. If there's one constant in all the possible futures I've seen, it's fear. And I'm tired of being afraid. Afraid to live, afraid to lose, afraid to trust. And yet, I came to place my trust in you on Europa. Perhaps it's time I did the same with Anna. She deserves it. At least in that respect, she's nothing like Clovis at all.
Elsie worries about the similarities between Anna and Clovis. Both are driven to achieve their goals, skirting the edge of obsession in the process. I've seen where that path can lead, she says ominously. Thinking back to her decision to trust you on Europa, Elsie wonders if it's time she offered Anna the same leap of faith. She reminds herself that, for all their similarities, in some respects Anna is nothing like Clovis at all. Speak to Rasputin at the exoframe in the helm.
With each cache of submine data, an increased percentage of my code is restored. I become more myself. No, that is inaccurate. My subminds were left to evolve on their own trajectories. Reintegrating them has altered my own personality matrix. Through them, I see how humanity once looked to me as a savior, an entity capable of protecting them and destroying their enemies. In many ways, I am a war god of their own making. Perhaps I am not unlike Zivu Arath in that regard. The difference between us is that I do not wage war for its own sake. I safeguard those in my charge. Continue retrieving and reintegrating the submine data. I will contact you once the next phase of restoration can begin. If I am to be humanity's war god, then I will smite those who threaten it. Zivu Arath, the Wrathborn, and all who follow.
Bruh, that one line. If I am to be humanity's war god, then I will smite down those all who threaten it. Bruh. As Rasputin's reconstruction progresses, he reflects on how the reintegration of the subminds has altered his own personality. He now sees himself as humanity once saw him, an all-seeing savior in the sky, a mechanical war god of their own making. Perhaps I am not unlike Zivu Arath in that regard, he muses. Rasputin assures you, however, that he wields his power to protect humanity. Once he is fully restored, he will ensure that the Wrathborn threat is eliminated. That was epic indeed! A series of automated beeps emit from the dormant exoframe. On a nearby screen, a small prompt appears. Remote download initiated. A data uplink notification flashes in the ghost's eyes. It's a message. Welcome back, mate. Our salvation is still not on the is still hot on the tail of these caches I stole, and I think we have a window to retrieve another. I've spent some time investigating the schematics you've retrieved. The weapon these modules are for is joint creation of Braytech and a Golden Age corporation. May sound familiar. RK Heavy Industries. That's right.
It looks like our post-collapse Arche foundry was born from the remnants of a Golden Age industrial weapons manufacturer that had dealings with Brightech. Curious, isn't it? Well, enough with story time. You have a mission to accomplish. Fin 92. I don't know why. I think the only reason I gave this guy an Australian accent is because he said mate once. But it fits. Alright, let's listen to this radio and then we're done.
Think of each Vex hobgoblin like a starship. The crew works together to pilot it, but it doesn't mean the crew all share one mind.
Or the same ideals. This aligns with observations I've made in the Infinite Forest, where aberrant Vex were quarantined and destroyed. Aberrant in that they moved against a consensus. Aberrant in ideology. The Vex may seem unified, but they're divided into a number of factions.
Just like us.
Tell me, as someone who has traveled time in a circle, are our divisions so clear in every cycle of history?
No. Nothing is ever clear, no matter how many times history repeats itself. Choice is always the knife we fall on. Our own choices, each and every time, seem to be what dooms us.
Always?
Not always, but too often. We fracture, we fail, and the wheel turns again.
We, constrained to linear time, do not have the ability to learn from our future mistakes. You, however, not to put the burden of all this on you, but it feels as though the Traveler has a plan for you. We just can't see it yet.
It could make the plan a little clearer.
Do you feel you've learned enough? Collectively over your journey to prevent our end? Or will we be having this conversation again someday?
I don't know. We've never had this conversation before, so I suppose there's a first time for everything.
Bruh, that one line. Do you feel you've learned enough to save us from our greatest failure? Or will we be having this conversation again? Bruh.
All right, everybody, that's it. That's the video for today. As I stated before, this is the cut down version of a Twitch stream. More happened after this, and more interactions were able to come from this. So if you liked what you saw, don't be afraid to check out Twitch. The link to that will be down in the description below. Really hope you enjoyed this. If you like this, if you're interested in seeing me do more stuff, go ahead and let me know in the comments. If you like what you saw, drop a like. It lets me know that you're liking the content that I'm getting out here. I really hope you enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed making it. Come see me again next time, and hey, make sure you go the way the crow flies.